are some of the ways that you see other agents in the marketplace doing that content marketing that's working at a high level right now?
Yeah, I'll give you one example that came to mind just when you said that. Is I have a client, he's a great guy named Brad McCullum. He's up in Canada, in Calgary. And if I sort of start with what happened for his career, you know, in less than 2 years, he became the #1 luxury agent in the Calgary market. Yeah, it shouldn't even be possible, Tara. It should be
content
impossible.
Is fire, though. It's because he's just, like you said, deposit. His content has been such fire. I've watched him maybe the last 8 years. His total business completely transformed by being a leader in the marketplace through his video content.
Well, he's only like 3 years in, so you've been watching him less than that, but you've been watching him. Been a lightning in a bottle that's happened for him. But you know, when you see Brad's stuff, or maybe when you see my stuff, you don't feel like, oh, those guys are polished. They're great. You know, they've got kind of like the look, or they've got the tone, or they're good presenters. Maybe you don't feel that way. What Brad did is he made the house the star, and he was just the little kid that was lucky enough to get to show you the house. That is literally his whole brand, is like, oh my God, you guys have got to see this house. It's like $5 million. Let's go. You know, he was giddy. Versus think about how you would normally see maybe a $5 million video tour. It would almost be like a little bit too luxurious. Yeah, it wouldn't feel relatable. So what happens now is when Brad goes to a listing appointment, he, like, as they're having the conversation about whether or not they should work together, they will actually start telling him, hey, when you do the video, if you do a shot out of the back porch at about 7 o'clock, the sunset's gorgeous. Like, they're giving him ideas for his video. Like, do you think that they're not moving forward? Of course they are. He doesn't even have to talk terms. Like, there's no back and forth about commission. It's just like, we are sold. So there's a lot of ways to do it. Now, if you look at that compared to, let's say, Glenda Baker, who also in the last couple of years has really blown up, she's doing the same thing. She's telling engaging, genuine, interesting stories about the life of a realtor. But the thing that she did that I hope everybody understands is the sort of thing that worked is she put another person in the room with her, and she's just telling the stories to a dude. She's just telling the stories to another person. And when you watch her TikToks, you know, she's got the camera off to the side. Yeah. And when she first started posting those, you know, people would give her heat, like, hey, lady, the camera's over here. Like, what are you doing? Like, because no one was really shooting like that. But the unlock is like, when I'm right here and I can see you guys and we're dialed in and having a great talk, most real estate agents in that vibe, like if I was on Zoom with my lender, if I was on a call with a client that was a past client and they were like, hey, the market looks crazy, we're thinking about listing, what's your advice? And hey, let's hop on a call, let's talk through it. And then I just do that. I'm going to do a great talk. Like, almost every realtor that I know that's good at what they do can crush that Zoom call. But if they turn and look at the camera and they say, hey, this is Judy, I want to talk about the market. Here's what we see going on. So over the last 30 days, we've seen interest rates go up and it's caused a panic. Nobody talks like that. So my unlock is like, you need to capture content more than you create content. And so that, I think, is a big opportunity for people. Like, this is sitting to the side of the Zoom. See how it's already set up vertical, and then it's got its own mic. So I put this to the side, no one can see it. And then I hang up the call. I grab the HDMI, or I don't even know what it's called, the card. I grab the card, I plug it in and put it on Google Drive in a folder, and I don't do anything else. It magically appears on social media a couple weeks later because I have an editor and I have a social media person that helps me. But if I was, you know, in the trenches and I were newer at this and I hadn't already built a huge business, I would just put it on my computer and I would put it in Camtasia and I would flip it and I would learn how to use captions and I would go download CapCut. which is a
Mhm.
beautiful caption generator.
Yeah.
And I would figure out how to remove all the ums and ahs from the video that I had just put in place. And I would look at Descript, which is like a video and podcasting editor for dummies. You just edit the doc and the transcription, and it edits the video. So I would just make it work.